This is Master T with Triumph Taekwon-Do Academy. In this video, we're going to be looking at the side kick. Chill, Kanye, Jimmy. So when we do this side kick, we're going to predominantly work on it out of fighting stance. So that is a back stance with a double guarding block. So we step back into fighting stance, bring our hands back and forward. So I'm in the L stance or a back stance with a double guarding block. Now I want you to pay attention to my feet, first of all, when we do this kick. I'm going to pick my leg up, but I want you to see my foot. My toes are pointed forward on my front leg. This is going to become the leg I'm going to stand on, and I'm going to be over my hip and this knee and my ankle as I'm standing and executing the kick with my back leg. So my front foot pointing forward is going to turn out to my left. I'm going to turn on the ball of my foot, which is right here around my toes, the ball area. My heel is going to turn. So as I pick my leg up, my heel comes off the floor just a little bit, and my toes point now to my left. So when I get ready to do the kick, what would happen is my toes would now, again, rotate. My heel would come to face this way now, and my toes would face backwards. So my foot would turn like this. So I started here with my toes straight forward, and they're going to end up going back this way. So all in one move, but we can do it in two moves. One over here, and then two back there, and then coming back down. So if you want to practice it that way on the foot, so I demonstrate it this way. If you can see my foot here, that I'll first do it in two steps. One step, now they're facing that way, and then my second step here goes from straight to side all the way back. And you want your foot to go through that whole position. So if I did it all at once, there, and then it comes back. So here, try to do it too quick, and then back. Here. That's without the kick. So if I'm going to do the kick, there's a couple of things I want you to know about the kick itself. You're going to get into the fold, and then the execution of the kick, and then the refold. So that's how you start the kick, and then how when you execute it, you don't leave the kick out there for somebody to grab. Obviously, when you're demonstrating a kick, it looks pretty nice when you leave it out there or when you break a board or something. But when you're sparring or actually using the kick, you want to bring the kick back in to keep your balance and to keep somebody else from grabbing it there. So there's three motions to the kick, and that follows your foot turning. And so when you start here in the double guarding block in fighting stance, back stance, you're going to pick the right leg up, and your foot's going to go out to your left. Your heel's going to swing around here. You're going to keep your hands up here. You're going to get your knee up and your foot close to your body here. So you got the fold, and from here you're going to demonstrate, or you're going to execute the side kick. And then when that happens, this foot that's facing this way now is going to face backwards. You want that to happen at the same time. This foot comes out, then comes back. That foot now turns this way, and then you can put it down, or from here when it turns back and you bring it back, you can turn it back and bring it behind you. So we learn it in 1, 2, 3 steps. If you're practicing at home, you might want somebody to stand over here to your side so that you make sure your knee comes up and hold your hand out here so your knee will hit it. What I mean is from here, your back leg's going to come up. So pretend this is somebody holding their, you want them to hold their hand where your knee can come up and hit it, because this is where you get that fold at. So when you bring it here, then it comes out, and then you come back. Then you can bring it down. Side kick. Another thing about the side kick is it's a straight kick. So you want your foot to come straight out from your body. You can practice this along the wall to make sure you have something behind you. The wall's flat. You can put your heel on the wall and then run your foot along the wall and back to make sure you're getting it straight. This is not a swinging. This is not a round kick. This is not a turning circular motion kind of a kick where you come from outside to inside. It's a straight kick. It comes here, straight from your hip to the target and straight back and then down. By bringing that foot back in as well, you don't lose balance. You can tell this way when I do the kick. Here, if I leave my foot out and I drop it down, my balance isn't on my back leg anymore. I drop it down, now my weight shifts to my front leg, and if this was an opponent here, somebody attacking me, then if I fall down like this, all my weight's going this way, and if they attack, all I'm doing is helping my attacker to hurt me more. So when I go to kick here, I bring my foot back. Now I balance over my hip. I bring it back here. Then I put it back down, or I come from here and go back. So from the side view, up, foot turns here, foot's going to turn back, up, attack, bring it back, back down. Hitting the target. Now, I stuck it for demonstration purposes. So, you want to come here? Then go back, side kick. Cheer up, come again.